I found out I have an annual mammogram, and it was my first digital mammogram, and just my routine annual mammogram, and went for that. They saw something. My grandmother had cancer, my dad's mom, and she, I guess, was 50, around 50, when she was diagnosed, and then it came back, I think, like 17 years later. I was always told that that didn't make me any more prone to breast cancer, didn't up my chances any. When I was diagnosed, having two teenage daughters and 3 sisters, and then my mother was diagnosed a month after I was. And so now, yeah, it does seem like there's a genetic link in there somewhere. It immediately feels like a death sentence, immediately. My surgeon, the first thing he said was, curable, curable. Just get that in your head. But you have to get past the initial shock of having cancer. It's definitely a scary diagnosis. It was an invasive cancer, and when they dug down into the markers on it, it was a kind of a moderately aggressive. And for me, I've had a mammogram every single year. In my mind, it had to have been pretty new. I knew enough about breast cancer to know that you want to find out early. The whole process was a hurry up and wait for more information. You got the diagnosis, you found out what kind of cancer it was, then you had to figure out what procedure you were going to have. My whole life, I had always said, if I ever was diagnosed with breast cancer, it was just a no-brainer. I was going to go all the way, have a bilateral mastectomy, do whatever I can in my power to make sure it doesn't happen twice. Because didn't want it once, certainly don't ever want it twice. And so that was the right road for me. It's not a death sentence. It's curable. It's going to be fine. They're going to get in there. They're going to take the cancer out. They're going to figure out what it is that you need for treatment. With any kind of cancer, but especially with breast cancer, early detection is the number one reason for it to be curable. And mammograms are the way to find it. I would be probably facing a whole different winter this coming winter had I not had that mammogram last year.